Hello friends, today I will be sharing a make that is a very good and easy make. It is very versatile and it's a top that is good for summer, spring, or fall. I will also be sharing how you can reduce a significant amount of fabric that is suggested to be purchased for this pattern should you decide to make it. So if you would like to know all about that information on this pattern, please continue to watch. Hello friends, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. My name is Talisha and I also go by CreativiTeeByT, and if you're new to watching the channel, I do welcome you and I hope you consider subscribing, and thank you to all of my returning subscribers for coming back and for your continued support. So today I will be sharing a make that I made a couple of months ago, which is New Look 6656. I made this top that I am going to be sharing with you for the Juneteenth celebration that I attended, but I didn't want to publish like a review on the channel at the time because at the time that I made this, I had planned to make another version with the sleeves. I believe it's view A, to show in comparison of the two views and also to see how I felt about the fluted sleeve style. However, because of the weather that is changing quicker than it normally has in the past, in my opinion, and it feels more like fall here, it's a lot cooler, I just decided to go against it because the fabric that I already had purchased for the other view is very summer-like and it's thin. I do think that I may have like a couple of fabrics in my stash that I could use to make this as a fall top, but I wanted to just go ahead and share this make with you now in case you wanted to go ahead and make it, because I don't think I'll be making the other view until next year. At least right now that's the plan. So again, this top that I made is New Look 6656. This is a top that is like newer from New Look, and I think it came out in like the spring of 2022. If I am not right, I will put it in the screen. For some reason, I am very drawn to these types of tops that have like seams that divides at the bust from the lower half, where the lower half is like more flowy or just, you know, not as form-fitted. So now, like, I know when you look at my photos or look at the pattern cover, this top isn't like super flowy, but it's not like super form-fitted, and so I really like those types of tops. I think they really look good on my body. So let's go ahead and start talking about the pattern. So again, this pattern number is New Look 6656, and the pattern description is Mrs. Top with high waist seaming and gathered fullness at the bust, and I really love that. There are two views that comes with this pattern. View A fastens at the back, has elbow length full fluted sleeves and a center back cutout. View B is sleeveless with a long center back zipper fastening, and the view that I made is obviously view B, which is sleeveless with a long center back zipper fastening. The fabric recommendations are going to be basically your woven fabrics, and the sewing skill level is set as average for the version that I made. And I think for all the versions, honestly, yeah, the pattern cover says average. Now, I think it's easy, okay? I don't think you need to be like a average sewer to complete this pattern, but that's my opinion. The only challenging part would be the installation of a zipper if you don't have much experience with the installation of zippers. Now, I will say the view A may be a little bit more complicated because of how the back opening is, you know, for sewers, but I still don't think you have to be like average, maybe advanced beginner. So for your notions, you're going to need thread, one 22 to 24 inch zipper, and one hook and eye, and that's if you plan to make the view that I made, which is view B. If you decide to make view A, you will need one 3/8 inch button and one 7-inch zipper. The pattern sizing comes in size 10 to 22, and the size that I cut was the 22, and the top fit me perfectly. Just perfect, okay? I wouldn't do anything different. I love the fit. However, the finished bust measurement for a size 22 is 48 inches, and my bust is 46.5 inches, so I should have like a little bit of wiggle room versus like that perfect fit, but it was a perfect fit. So I'm thinking that the pattern may run a little bit smaller than what is on the envelope, and I don't think that it has anything to do with my bust size, because it feels like that all the way around, even like at the side seams, at the neckline, and under the arms and things like that. So yeah, it's not just you have a big bust so it feels snugger, you know. So yeah, it may possibly run a little bit smaller. So for the pattern pieces, I used, I think, 6 pattern pieces. I used the front, the back, the front peplum, the back peplum, the arm binding, and the neck binding. So yeah, 6 pattern pieces. And I do feel like it looks like the illustration on the pattern cover, and the instructions were super easy to follow, and there was just nothing complicated about this. What I particularly liked about the pattern is I love the high-waisted seam with the gathers underneath the bust. I think that gathering underneath the bust is absolutely beautiful, and I just like how easy it was to construct this pattern. So as far as dislikes, I don't feel like there was like anything about this pattern that I disliked, because everything about the pattern came about pretty good. But there were like 2 unnecessary pattern pieces that will save you about a ½ yard of fabric. Okay, there are pattern pieces for the neck binding here, and an arm binding to finish the armholes. And because those pieces are designed to be cut out on the bias, it takes up a lot of fabric, unnecessary fabric, just for those little strips. When I purchased this fabric, I purchased this fabric with intentions to make this top. So when I was looking to see how much fabric I needed by looking at the back of the envelope, I just went with what the pattern said. After opening up the pattern and cutting out the pieces, the pattern pieces, I realized that I could have just used bias tape instead of cutting out unnecessary fabric, and save myself some work as well. And you know, like I said, it was just unnecessary fabric that needed to be purchased. You know, I didn't look at the pattern pieces by opening up the envelope to see what, you know, pattern pieces were involved. I had already purchased the fabric, so you know, I went ahead and finished it that way. But yes, if you do make this version, I know there's still some people, you know, that have hotter weather and maybe still looking to make something like this. Or like I wore this to my job today, and I had on a blazer because I do get warm sometimes when I'm walking in and out of the building. Not so much in my office because it's cold, but yeah, you know, if you live in a warmer climate and you're still planning on making this version, you know, you could maybe take your pattern pieces to the store with you and lay it out. But a ½ yard I could have saved if I'd have known that I was going to have to cut out binding. It just wasn't necessary. So yes, you can use bias tape instead of the neck binding and the arm bindings. And another reason why I don't feel like it was necessary is because it just never shows for me. That's the inside of the fabric, so I don't need the same fabric to show, especially when there's going to be stitch lines on there. But anyway, that was my rant with that. Did I learn anything new when I made this pattern? No, I did not. I like tops like this, so I have made plenty in this style, and I've applied the same techniques. You know, it's just a different style, but I absolutely love it. I didn't have any first-time experiences because of that as well, but I'll talk about the fabric. So the fabric that I use is this neat fabric that is part of Joann Fabric's Culture Fabric that they released for the Black History Month collection back in February. I had not decided what I wanted to do like for Juneteenth, but when I decided I wanted to make something for the celebration, I went ahead and purchased this fabric because it was still in stock, and I purchased 2.5 yards so that I could make this pattern in particular. And I thought that this fabric and this pattern would work absolutely well together, and it does. I will say though, because of the gathered fullness detail underneath the bust, I think that this pattern, like the features, would show a little bit better on a solid color fabric, because like I said, it would just show all of the details and you wouldn't have to look very hard. Now I do think you can see the details on this fabric, but you know, when it comes down to small details like this, I do like it to be a little bit more noticeable, I should say. But like I said, I still think that it's fine, and it is the style that I wanted overall, so I am very happy with how it turned out. Again, I purchased the fabric from Joann Fabrics, and they still have it available. I didn't use a button or anything. The only thing I had to do was put in an invisible zipper in the back, and I'm not really sure if it calls for an invisible zipper, but that's what I had and that's what I use. It does suggest to use a hook and eye, but because I take my zippers all the way to the top, I did not use a hook and eye, so that was a change that I made. But I would definitely recommend this pattern to others. It is a great pattern. It's easy to sew up. I feel it is really good for summer, spring, and early fall if you use the pattern pieces for the fluted sleeves, because it's not too long, it's not too short and everything, and like I said, it's going to cover you up, and I think it's good for all seasons. Again, this is more of a newer pattern with a new look, so it is still available, and you can purchase this at Joann Fabrics or on the Simplicity website. And with this being a new look pattern, they're usually always like $4 and some change when they're not on sale, and when they are on sale, which is typically when Simplicity patterns are on sale, they're only like $1.99 or $2. So no matter when you purchase it, it's at a reasonable price. You don't have to wait for a sale if you're just going to get this pattern, because it's already, like I said, at a good price. So now I will enter a few more pictures and twirls of me and my top. So yes, this is a great top pattern. I really like it, and I hope you like it too. And please let me know what your thoughts are about this pattern and how you think it looks in the comment section below, as I would love to hear your thoughts. As usual, I'm gonna get ready and close out this video, but before you leave, you know what I'm gonna say. Please take a pause for the cause and click the like button and the subscribe button and the gray notification bell so that you can be notified of future videos. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of my new and returning subscribers for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!